Hello and welcome. So let's talk about AI. It feels like you can't go anywhere online or turn on the news without hearing about it, right? It's absolutely everywhere. And honestly, now is the perfect time to really get what it's all about. But with all that chatter, it can get, well, pretty confusing. If you've ever found yourself wondering, okay, but what is AI actually? Beyond all the hype, then you are in the perfect spot. We're going to break it down, make it super simple for anyone and everyone. So, first things first, why does this matter right now? Well, because understanding AI is quickly becoming a new kind of superpower. Seriously, it's getting as essential as knowing basic math or science. I mean, think about it. It's already being taught in schools right alongside the other core subjects, and that tells you everything you need to know. The longer you wait to get a handle on this stuff, the more you'll have to play catch up later. So, let's get you ahead of the curve, starting right now. All right, let's tackle the big question. What on earth is artificial intelligence? We're going to slice right through all the complicated jargon and get to the simple idea at its heart. Okay, so here's the textbook definition you might see. A system that studies a lot of information, finds patterns in it, and then uses those patterns to make predictions or produce outputs. Yeah, sounds a little robotic, right? Let's dive into what that actually means in plain English. At its core, it really just comes down to these three simple steps. First, an AI just reads. It takes in a ton of information, way more than any human could. Second, it sifts through all that info and finds patterns, connections, sequences, what usually follows what. And third, it uses those patterns to give you an answer or make a prediction. That's it. At the end of the day, it's all about finding patterns. And here's the really cool part. You are already an expert at this. You do it all day, every day, without even thinking about it. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, take a look at the screen. We've got girl, boy, girl, boy, girl. So, what do you think comes next? It's a boy, of course. See? Your brain didn't even break a sweat. It saw the pattern instantly. And believe it or not, that's exactly what AI does. It just does it on a much, much bigger scale with way more complicated data. Okay, let's try one more. If I start a sentence with, once upon a, what's the first word that jumps into your head? For almost everyone, it's time. Your brain has heard that pattern in stories thousands of times. And that leads to a really fantastic way to think about AI. It's basically a next word predictor, just on an unbelievable scale. See, you know the next word is time because of all the stories you've heard in your life. Well, an AI has been trained on basically the entire internet. So it can predict not just the next word, but the next paragraph, the right answer to a question, or even the next frame in a video. Now here's where it gets really interesting. You're actually already using this powerful tech every single day, and you probably don't even give it a second thought. Seriously, think about it. When you pull up Google Maps and it gives you the fastest route avoiding traffic, that's AI predicting traffic patterns. When your phone's keyboard suggests the next word you're going to type, yep, that's AI again. And all those recommendations on YouTube or Netflix that are spookily accurate, all powered by AI finding patterns in what you watch to predict what you'll love next. Even the reason your Instagram feed looks totally different from your parents', that's AI too. Okay, whenever a technology this big comes along, there's always one huge conversation that pops up: jobs. And for a lot of people, that word, AI, brings up some pretty real fears. But I want us to try and look at it a different way. So, the common fear is pretty simple. AI is coming to take our jobs. But the reality is actually a little more nuanced. It's not that AI is going to replace you. It's that a person who knows how to use AI is going to have a massive advantage over someone who doesn't. It's becoming a new tool, and it's a really powerful one. And that is the most important takeaway here. This is an opportunity. You can be one of the people who leans in, who learns how to use this tool, and who uses it to get ahead. And like we just saw, the basic idea behind it is something you already get. Now, before we wrap this up, there are two really critical things to keep in your back pocket. First, AI is not perfect. It makes mistakes, sometimes big ones, so you can't rely on it 100%. Always use your own brain. And second, because this tool is so powerful, we all have a responsibility to use it thoughtfully and ethically. It's like a hammer, A hammer isn't good or bad. You can use it to build a beautiful house, or you could use it to smash a window. The tool is neutral. What matters is the intention of the person using it. And it's the exact same with AI. Which brings us right to the final, most important question. AI is a great power, and it's built on a simple idea of finding patterns that you already understand. So now, the real question isn't what AI is going to do. The question is, how will you use it?